Hello, good evening, and happy Thursday, Vlog fam. Kamusta naman tayong lahat dyan? Nagbabalik na ang inyong ate girl. It's definitely been a while since I last hosted the show. Nakakaloka. Thank God that it's already June and that we are all here today. Sino dito yung parang ang tagal nung May? No? Parang it's like 3 months in 1 month. Ang tagal nung May, no? Oh my gosh. Sino? Sino ba yung parang nakaramdam na ang tagal nung May? So ayun, first off, I'd like for everyone to know that I'm truly grateful and happy for being able to host again on the show. And I really do appreciate that all of you guys are here to join us in our chikahan and kwentuhan. Now, before anything else, let me introduce myself. I'm Andrea and I will be your host for tonight. So sino dito yung excited for tonight's topic? Sino ba? Sino? Ayan, ang dami na bumabati na ating mga Blaga fam. Happy Thursday, Anne, Marjorie Cruz Bansag, Leon, Donald, sino pa ba? And Danny, hi! Good evening, everyone. I hope you're having a great day today and also a great night for tonight. Ayan, so hindi na tayo magpapatumpik-tumpik pa. Let us introduce our guests. So, we have three very special and lovely guests for tonight. So, first off, we have Cheryl Eco. She's a returning Blog Live guest, a social media handler, and a content creator. We also have Donjo Donato, a returnee from Advice Thursdays, a content creator and a content producer. So grabe itong mga guests natin for tonight are also we're also guests before sa ating mga blog streams. So you guys can talk more about it later, yung mga inyong previous guestings and streams and also your affiliations. And last but not the least, we also have Wian Sinico, a licensed financial advisor and also a content creator. Hi, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Hi, guys.
Hi, good evening.
Okay, so in getting to know you guys, this will be like a Q&A portion of the show. So first, let's start with the first one that I introduced, Miss Cheryl. So our first question natin for you is, how did you start content creation?
Oh, okay. I think everybody knows this. I'm not really that young. I'm very old. I think talaga no. I'm 46, closing na ako sa 50. However, when I put up a business back in 2017, I have met so many millennials, and then they told me that social media is the only way to go. And I think I have started my content creation and social media influencing because I just wanted to do free marketing for my business back then. And I started to love it. I attended my first blogger that same year. And yeah, that is how I got into this content creation and influencing. And that's the backstory.
How about you, Miss? How about you, Donjo? How did you start your content creation?
Well, I started last year and I would like to grab this opportunity then to thank yung mga fellow content creators ko who helped me na mapasok tong industry na to. So, they are also part of the Blogger family. So, nandyan si Sam Isleta, Nico Relis, and Ralph Riva. So, I'm very grateful to these people kasi sila yung nagturo sa akin kung paano. At first, I literally had no idea about content, about creating contents, or all I know was alam mo yun, yung word na influencer. And I felt like I do not belong kasi parang I cannot call myself as an influencer kasi parang hindi naman ganun kataas yung number of following ko sa social media, and aside from that, hindi rin ako ganun ka-confident technically, and I'm not even confident sa mga ganito like live stream and all, but everything has changed nung 2020. Alam niyo na, as we all know, ang dami nangyari, and I am also part of the 11,000 plus employees ng isang station who got retrenched. And since then, para sabi ko, wala akong mapagkakaabalahan, so why not subukan ko tong content creation. And I learned so much, especially nung naging part ako ng Blogapalooza. That time, na-inspire ako to elevate my influence. So, basically, that's it.
Thank you so much, Donjo. No? Thank you also sa mga tumulong kay Sir Donjo dahil di natin siya makakasama ngayon kung hindi dahil din sa mga tumulong sa kanya maging isang influencer and yun nga into para pumasok siya sa content creation. And now we have Miss Vian. How did you start content creation?
Okay, hi Vlogga fam. So, nag-start siya actually personal IG lang talaga siya. It started that way. Like I've always loved posting stuff that I do, especially sa health and fitness, yung mga ginagawa ko, pole, dance, travels, ganyan. Tapos parang yun nga, nag-grow na lang din siya and obviously last year, since most of the time nasa bahay lang, so mas may time ako to focus on social media, focus, or more of mas may time to do social media. Kaya parang doon, mas nakakapag-post ako. And very much like Cheryl actually, way back, actually until now, pag may business or venture kaming pinapasukan, I wanted to do also free marketing. So inaral ko siya. And for me to really test it out, I had to do it on my own personal page, diba? So, yun, ganun din siya talaga. A lot of things contributed. Like, yun nga, gusto ko lang talaga mag-share. And then, for business purposes, so, yan, nag-grow na lang din siya to what it is right now. Pero it's very much personalized pa din. Like, I grab opportunities, yes, but I still share a lot of my personal stuff there. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Miss V. And grabe, no, you all guys started like very differently, and your stories are really interesting. How did you start, or how you get started with content creation? But now let's move on to like the meat of this program. So again, let's start with Miss Cheryl. I'd love to know like how do you hashtag love local?
Well, I guess it's something that I have been very passionate about, being an entrepreneur myself, or I consider myself as a small businessman. Like not one of those big players kasi I'm one of those small players lang, and start a small business and stuff. And I also do a lot of mentoring and a lot of teaching, digital marketing, online marketing, SEO and stuff. And in the course of all those, uh, I have had some friends who would ask me, "Uy, ang laki ng ano ng may mga followers ka naman. Pwede mo bang tikman mo 'to tapos picturean mo, post mo ganyan." TikTok, TikTok ganyan. Pero back way back before TikTok, no, you take a picture of food and then you take a picture, really good one. Tapos you just have to post it on your social media and then people started liking and then people start asking, saan yan? Ganyan. Okay, it starts with the place muna because I also love traveling like Miss Wian. So it starts with places that I go to and then Instagrammable walls that I post. Saan yan? Saan yan? And then food na kinakain mo. Saan yan? Saan yan? And I think that is how I was able to build then my own brand. Ganon. So, uh, early on, I have always believed na with my age, hindi ko na kayang mag-build ng following eh. I don't have the luxury of time to discover or to, alam mo yun, self-discover. I pretty much know what I like and I know what I want. So, wala na sa akin yung stage na yon. I really just wanted to live life to the fullest. And yun nga, entrepreneurship, small businessman, these are the things that I'm really passionate about. Also, my city, no? Baguio City. So, sabi ko talaga, ang dami-dami dito kailangan ng help. Like farmers, uh, mga restaurants, cafes, kasi we have really good coffee. We have awesome salad. Alam mo yun, lahat ng bahay na puntahan mo dito may view. Lahat ng restaurant may mga puno, may mga garden. And very beautiful talaga na lugar, no? Really naman, it's a tourism place eh. So I just wanted to feature, no, like why do tourists come here and then spend their money in malls? Meron din naman sa lugar nila yan. So I guess if you feature this, alam mo yun, mga hole in the wall, mga nandun sa mga outskirts na mga lugar, then people start to go there. Mababawasan yung traffic, tapos yung kikita yung mga small businessmen. And I think that is how it started for me. No, I have started my own hashtag Know Your Baguio. And, some of my friends outside Baguio would come here and then, tinignan ko lang yung post mo, paalam ko kung saan ako pupunta. Mga ganon. So, I have met so many people, no? Just like si Donjo, I have met so many people who have taught me photography, video editing, mag-layout and stuff. And all of these things I have applied into my content. Pero I think it's still the storytelling. Storytelling pa rin talaga yung bumibenta sa akin. Some people, very good sila sa photos and videos eh. But for me, it's storytelling. And if I tell a story about a certain product or a small business, I go down to their strengths and then their passion and then their purpose. Once I get all those three together, get the right mix for that business, then mas mabenta sila. Kasi people not only buy the product, I guess they also buy the stories. So yun. And more businessmen need to put that out there eh. Yung paano kayo nag-start, saan galing yung recipe mo, bakit ganito yung business mo, and those things. And people buy it pa rin. And yeah, that's how I pretty much support local. Oh, dal-dal ko, no? Passion talaga yun. But anyway, yeah, that's it. That's it for me.
Thank you so much, Miss Cheryl. Grabe, no? Parang pag pinapakinggan ko si Miss Cheryl kanina, para siyang nagma-marketing 101 sa atin. Yung Know Your Baguio. Grabe. So, first also, I'd like to greet our Blogger fam for tonight. We have Mark. Hi, good evening. Donna, Miss Donna, Sandy, Donna, Verly. Ito grabe, wait lang. Ang dami nating taga Baguio here. We have Donna, Miss Donna, and Sandy, who's also from Baguio. Hi, good evening also to Kay. Good evening, beautiful Blogger fam, sabi ni Faye. And also to Sarah, who says, hello. Hi, hello, good evening. Grabe, sobrang, so, Miss Cheryl, no? So, parang ano nga pala usually yung pinapost mo about um, Know Your Baguio? You also
Well,
mentioned
for
about
me,
storytelling.
yeah, ako kasi I don't ride the bandwagon. Bihira yon.
Mm.
I don't go mainstream then. Like if there is like, syempre, 'di ba, magti-trending yung mga lugar na yan eh, 'di ba? Like
Mm.
they discover a new place. I also discover a place pretty much just like that. Pero nandun siya sa hindi mo alam kung nasaan. It's time to discover the small ones, the little ones, undiscovered ones. Kasi there's always beauty in raw, 'di ba? Hindi mo kailangang maging made eh para maging alam mo 'yon, maging mabenta. You just have to be authentic. So para sa akin, the less known a cafe is, yun yung mga gustong-gusto ko. Or kunwari, 'pag nakabenta ka ng kunwari banana bread, ang dami naman banana bread eh. But what makes this banana bread really special? 'Di ba? Sometimes it's not the bread, it's the story. Yeah. And these are the content that I really like doing. Kaya siguro marami din naman kahit papaano naniniwala. Pero yeah, I'm always very honest with my reviews. And I would want to take really, really beautiful photos. Lagi kong sinasabi, no, na parang if they ask me what is the best place to see in Baguio, I would always tell them, drive, pataas ng pataas, the higher you'd go, the better the view. And once you're there, you just have to park somewhere na hindi masyadong matalahib and then just look out there. Makikita mo yung, alam mo yun, mountain ranges and clouds. Ganon. And if it's a good time, like the golden hour, mabobonus ka ng sunrise or sunset and stuff. Or kapag gabi, tingin ka lang, di ba, alam nyo na yan, pag gabi, tapos
Yeah.
palapit na kayo sa Baguio, nakita nyo na yung blanket of houses doon. Di ba, parang, ang ganda eh, di ba? So, para sa akin, it's not a place. You just have to experience Baguio in its totality. Eh. Yung, from the eyes of the local, alam mo yun, walang place. It's the whole city itself, na parang, gusto mo ng Milky Way, we have it. Gusto mo ng Sea of Clouds, we have it. Bed of Clouds, we have it. Diba? Forest bathing, sunbathing. Kahit umuulan, ang ganda dito sa amin. So, yeah, para sa akin, yun talaga.
Oh, thank you so much, Miss Cheryl.
Yeah.
Grabe na kasi the last time I went to Baguio, it's very crowded. So I like what you mentioned na there are certain places in Baguio City or in Baguio in overall na pwede mong puntahan at pwede mo pa rin ma-enjoy yung scenery without joining the bandwagon, without joining the crowded area of Baguio City, yung mga common na pinupuntahan. So sabi nga ni Nona, no, sabi ni Nona, storytelling matters. Agree with Miss Cheryl. Also from Nona, we want to be sustainable more than hype. So yeah, thank you, Miss Cheryl. Now we're going to move on to Donjo. So we have our blog FM here who says, love your topic, sending all the support to Jonas. Kilala mo to si Miss Jamie. Hi,
Yeah,
Miss
she's actually my
Jamie.
friend. Hello, kina Nona, kina Sarah, Jamie, Yvonne. Hello po sa inyo lahat.
So Dondra, I'll ask you the same question. How do you love local? So with Miss Cheryl, parang she's more on the tourism, the local tourism, um, located in or located in Baguio. How about you, Sir Donjo?
Well, for me, first we need to have a deeper understanding of the campaign itself, like hashtag Love Local. What does that mean, diba? So for me, I would like to encourage our viewers and our fellow content creators or everyone, because diba, all of us naman are consumers, to look at the bigger picture. So sometimes we might think that it's all about purchasing something or purchasing an item or availing a service, but it's actually more than that. What we need to know is when we love local, we uplift the livelihood of our kababayans. Next, we boost the economy of our country. And last, we also challenge the creativity of our craftsmen or the entrepreneurs, diba? Na when we challenge them, they propel and they excel more. And what happens sometimes is mas nagkakaroon sila ng exposure sa international scene or international arena because they get to create better products or better services, and that is what we that's what we should do as consumers, 'di ba? Na we need to look at the bigger picture. Na it's not always about purchasing, but it's also about supporting the brand, the products, or the services that they offer. Sometimes when we have this ideology of love local or hashtag love local, sometimes we always think of the products or services. But ako as an aspiring filmmaker, what I want you to know is Filipino-made films or Filipino-produced films are also part of these Love Local campaign. So sana wag tayong mamirata, and sana kahit na sarado most cinemas, 'di ba, right now sarado sila, sana suportahan pa rin natin yung pelikulang Pilipino. And we owe it to our culture to support local products and support small businesses, support one another, and we need to believe in the craftsmanship of our kababayans din, di ba? Loving local or supporting local actually helps the whole community because we are part of this community. As I mentioned a while ago, all of us are consumers, di ba? And we might think that only the business owners get the benefit or sila lang yung nagbe-benefit dito sa business, but what I want you guys to know is when we support them, mas nagkakaroon tayo ng mas alam niyo yung alam niyo po ba yung law of not law of attraction no, I mean law of supply and demand, 'di ba? So pag mas tumataas yung demand, mas dumadami din yung supply, right? So when we tend to love or patronize our own, mas tumataas yung natin. Mas tumataas yung number of production, and also it's part of the economy, 'di ba? So that's what happens when we support local or when we love local, when we patronize our own. Let me just share this story. Kakatapos ko lang kasing manood na ako talaga, avid fan talaga ako ng mga Filipino-produced drama series, mga pelikula, ganyan. But recently, advice sa amin ni Direk Joey Reyes, sabi niya, manood daw rin kami na K-drama. And yan, sina Miss Sarah sa comment box, sina Miss Nona, they would recommend series na ito, panoorin mo to. And I just finished watching Itaewon last night. And it was about business. I mean, the show is about business, on how to establish a business. And matutuwa ka or maa-amaze ka on how a small pub became a alam mo yon, became the number one company or food corporation in Korea. So I hope we will all see these small businesses or yung mga startup businesses right now na someday, maybe in 5 years, in 10 years, alam mo yan, sila na yung leading brands or leading producer ng mga services and items sa Philippines.
Thank you so much, Sir Don Jono. I like how you mentioned the law of supply and demand. Na the more we patronize yung ating mga business or small business owners, then the more na magpo-produce sila ng supply, makakatulong din siya sa ekonomiya ng ating bansa. And also, a comment from Miss Jamie. Sabi niya, when we shop local, we are backing the small businesses that strengthen and diversify our communities, which is true enough na parang when we support small businesses, we're not just really supporting our economy or for nation building, but we're also helping these small business owners to put food on their tables for their families and to provide, for their families and their families' needs. So thank you so much, Sir Donjo, very insightful. And also, I love Itaewon Class. Sabi ni Miss Claire sa ating private chat that she also loved Itaewon Class. So
Oh.
now let's move on to Miss Vian. I'll ask you the same question. How do you love local?
Ayun. So, first off, I also love Itaewon Class. So, last year ko pa siya pinanood, pero talagang ang galing. Sobrang galing. Or anyway, so very much similar to you guys. I love local, of course, by supporting smaller businesses. Pero ako, mas personal in terms of yung sa mga businesses ng friends ko or yung mga sinisimula na nire-recommend ng friends ko kasi it's also very personal since I've also done a lot of business ventures and sobrang laking bagay when my friends and family yung first na nagsusupport kasi talagang syempre kasi when you're starting hindi mo pa talaga matatap yung madlang people. Diba? So parang you have to start somewhere and by starting somewhere, that means yung direct network mo, which is your family, your friends. So ako, if I have a friend who's starting a business, whether it's disruptive or it's just another business or it's simply buy and sell, ganyan, whatever it is, I try to support. Or kung hindi ko naman afford, I share. Syempre, kasi yung platforms natin, it's not just kumbaga, hindi naman unlimited ang funds natin. As a licensed financial advisor, alam ko din naman yon. But obviously, syempre, we can use our platforms then to market whatever products our friends or especially yung Filipino-made products yung is out there. So yun yung nakikita ko na magandang way. And it's also a good way to challenge these small businesses, these entrepreneurs na talagang galingan nila. Kasi syempre friends yung una, pero hindi naman mabubuhay ang business sa friends lang. So talagang it's also a good way to kumbaga check and balance na, sige, ipopromote kita, but then you also have to do your part na talagang galingan mo. Kasi syempre, at the end of the day, sila yung makakahusga. Yung repeat customers, yung pag-grow ng business, doon mo makikita talaga if kung gaano ka galing or gaano ka okay yung product or service ninyo. So, for me, yun talaga yung closer to my heart na way of supporting local. Whether import and export products pa yan. As long as it's yung pinaka-direct sa akin na network, malaking bagay for me yun. Kasi yun nga dun talaga magsispread yung growth ng business and ng local communities.
Thank you so much, Miss Rihanna. I like what you said na parang dapat talagang ma-challenge yung ating entrepreneurs and small business owners na talagang galingan nila sa kanilang pag-produce ng kanilang products and services. Kasi totoo naman, we cannot always just rely on our friends and our family to support our businesses. Kasi dun nga, papasok na as a consumer, di ba? Is it really worthy of your time and effort of your money to continuously buy and support their products and services? Di ba? Parang dun talaga papasok na as much as possible, kahit when you're starting, kahit nakikita natin na ang market natin for now is our friends and family, still we need to take the challenge to grow our business and to make it even more excellent when it comes to yun nga, for when you're into, for example, services type of business. So thank you so much, Miss Vian. So I'm loving the comments so far. So sabi ni Miss Nona, true this. We help our culture and country when we support our own people. There's no shame in promoting our own. Sobrang gaganda and of good quality. Speaking of good quality, we have a lot of products here in the Philippines that's just really good. For example, there's the Marikina shoes. Kung, 'di ba, parang there's the Marikina shoes na sturdy, that's classy, that has a wide range of styles. So may mga ganun tayo. We just need to explore more about what Philippine-made business owners could offer. So sabi ni Sandy, supporting local is a win-win. Good for the environment and for the economy because they often have a smaller carbon footprint than larger companies. So grabe, dito din talaga papasok yung pagsuporta natin sa pagiging eco-friendly natin, no? Totoo nga naman, it's the more we patronize our own, the lesser the carbon footprint that companies will have to produce kasi hindi na nila kailangan mag-ship out, hindi na nila kailangan mag-produce ng mas madami pa sa kino-consume ng mga tao sa kanilang countries. Sabi ni Miss Janelli, is this Miss Janelli? Shoutout po, Sir Donch. Pa-shoutout daw.
Hello, TJ and Raja.
Ayan, so now let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, are there ways we can use our content creation to help hashtag love local? Let's start again with Miss Cheryl.
What was the question again? How to help them? How
Are th-
our content
yeah.
would help them?
Are there ways we can use our content creations? Probably how you use your content and how other people na nasa stream natin today. Kung paano naman sila also, parang how could they also make use of their content creation to help love local?
Oh, okay. Alam mo, there are so many ways, no, to promote and to love local, no, regardless of content. I think what really matters is that andun yung intention mo to help them. Okay, so whether your content would be in a form of a blog, a video, photos, or mere posts, no, Instagram photos or posts lang in different platforms. If you really have that intention to love local, yun yung ilalagay mo na content mo. And I'm not saying no na you just promote everything that's local. Kasi you still have to go and search for products and services locally produced na aligned no dun sa brand mo. So not everyone would have the same brand naman eh. Okay, so like for myself, given my age, I wouldn't be posting locally produced, fashion items made for 20-year-old, 'di ba? Hindi ko gagawin 'yun. I would look for brands and locally produced brands and services na sakto para sa akin, like this local parlor that I go to, or sometimes I would also write stories on how I would occasionally go to the city jail and have my mani pedi done there. Kasi 'di ba wala naman silang pinangpangkabuhayan doon eh, 'di ba? So just go there and help out yung ating mga people na alam mo yun, hindi masyadong nakakalabas kasi nga nakakulong sila. But these are people who also need money. And just like what Don Joe said, it's not just about the businesses. It's about the local itself, the culture. 'Di ba? So whether it's in the form of art, it's in the form of an artist or a person who is in your area, mga ganon. These are all content no na pwede mong gawin. Just like when I said I'm not a mainstream person, I'm not also a headline person, 'di ba? Like uh madalas mangyari yan in a group of bloggers, no? Lahat kayo, pupunta kayo sa isang place and everybody would feature, halimbawa, ito yung pinakauna na let's say, pinakaunang lugar dito sa Baguio na nagka-craft ng beer, right? And everybody would be writing the same content, the beer and everything. So because you're not mainstream, you go into feature stories. You know, like stories nung anong nangyari, bakit mo dinala dito yung beer na yan. And then it becomes a feature story and it becomes more interesting than the main story itself. Yung mga ganun ba? And there is always a story somewhere waiting to be told. So if you are a very good content creator, kaya mong ilabas yan eh. Alam mo yun, yung parang a story is a story in whatever way or form. That is how I believe content is. Diba? So whether it's in a form of art, of food, of whatever, that is content para sa akin. And kapag yan, nakita mo siya na content and it's something that you could feature, makakapag-support ka sa mga local businesses na gusto mo talagang tulungan. There are some people na parang, gusto ko rin naman gawin yung ginagawa mo, kain-kain lang, tapos okay ka na. Alam mo yung ganon? Kaso hindi kasi ako, hindi ako magaling mag-vlog, hindi ako magaling mag-vlog, mga ganon. Pero, how do you really express yourself and how do you really say your stories? So, kapag ang way mo to share your story is to take photos or to create an art dedicated to whatever, content creation na yun. And there are a lot of people out there, siguro na kayang basahin yung gusto mong ipabasa. Or people could still hear you, maybe kung hindi ka nila narinig, hindi sila yung market mo. Or kung hindi nila na-appreciate yung content mo, hindi para sa kanila yon. Okay, I think the more authentic you are when it comes to your content, the more organic your followers become. Kesa naman yung, alam mo, nakikitrend ka lang. Yung mga ganon. So for me, just go ahead and create whatever content you want to create. It's just having that intention that you want to love local, lalabas at lalabas yun. In whatever form. But did I make sense?
Thank you so
Sana.
much, Miss Cheryl. Grabe, ang ganda po ng
Yeah.
sinabi ninyo na kailangan talaga maging authentic ka. Kasi totoo naman na ang content creation, it's very personal and also individualistic na syempre parang to which his own na hindi porket ganito yung content niya. Kapag hindi ka, if it's not really your niche, your personality, or your interest, hindi mo talaga mapaproduce yung kumbaga same impact sa tao and hindi mo rin marireach yung talagang market ng for example, tourism na nag-feed or more on like the feature stories kasi you're not being true to yourself and your followers know na hindi ka naman ganito it's hindi ka naman ganito or it's not you, parang ganon. You're not being authentic to yourself. So, that's also nice, Miss Cheryl, no? Grabe. Ako tuloy parang napaisip ako na parang, ano ba yung parang inaambag ko na para dito sa Love Local? Pareho kami ni Miss Cheryl na because I study in Manila, I always go to Intramuros, yung mga museums, the National Museum, Museum of Anthropology, and uh, yung sa, ano ba yan? Yung basta yung around Intramuros, yung may mga horses pa gano'n, as in yun pabalik-balik. So yun yung mga something na parang ako mismo na nag-aaral sa Manila, na I used to feature nung, pre-COVID pandemic pa natin. So, wow, that's really nice, Miss Cheryl. So now let's head on to Sir Donjo. Any
Okay.
ways we can use our content creation to help Love Local?
Yes. You know what, Andrea, and to our Blogafam. One unique selling proposition of Blogapalooza that I can identify is its ability to make us elevate our influence. 'Di ba? Na parang sobrang natutuwa talaga ako na they are really pushing us to elevate the influence that we have. And this is not just about putting ourselves up there or magkaroon ka ng, alam mo yun, ng social media presence, but it's more likely about the brands whom we create contents for. 'Di ba? Parang we have to know that this is about them. You representing the brand, 'di ba? Parang ganun. In order to help the brand, we need to be the image of the product or the campaign that we support. And aside from that, we also help our followers then, yung mga, not just our followers, but people around us in general or the consumers to be aware of the must-buy items or mga must-try services, right, diba, through our contents. And I see it as a responsibility talaga. Creating content, it's irresponsibility. It's not just about fame or gaining a lot of likes, gaining a lot of followers, but it's irresponsibility. And that's the power that we hold as content creators. In one of the podcasts that I have listened to, recently lang, sabi no, para every day, sa 24 hours, we get to create 20,000 decisions. 20,000, that's 20,000 times a day, per day. So imagine if we content creators get to influence their decision-making process, 'di ba? Parang dun sa 20,000 decisions na nagagawa nila everyday, ilan dun yung naaambag mo as a content creator. So, as a content creator, now, to answer Andrea's question, I want to utilize or maximize the use of what I have right now or the tools. Like, alam mo dati, share ko lang po sa inyo, nung nagsisimula pa lang ako, nakita ko may swipe up. Tapos sabi ko, ba't hindi ako makapag-swipe up? Yun pala, it's only for those who have 10,000 followers and up. So yun yung naging aim ko. Sabi ko, kailangan ko magkaroon swipe up para someday pag may mga friends or yung mga friends ko mag-venture sa business or may mga gusto silang i-promote, mabilis lang makapag-swipe up yung mga followers. And yun yung naging motivation ko. So that's one. I really want to maximize the use of the swipe up feature of Instagram. And aside from purchasing, kasi di ba most of us would think na when we support, it's always about purchasing, but it's not. When we follow, when we tag, or when we share their posts, when we like, when we post a comment, sobrang laking bagay na nun. Diba? Sobrang laking bagay na nung nagagawa na nun. And I would like to share yung power of influence that we have. Kasi nga before, as I mentioned a while ago, parang I don't consider myself as an influencer kasi parang, para lang yan sa mga ganito, hindi ako ganun. But nung time na may nag-message sa akin, one of my followers, and then she said, sabi niya, napabili ako ng cheese na pinopromote mo, ganyan, ang sarap pala niya. So, that moment, sabi ko, grabe pala yung kaya pala tinawag na influencer kasi nakaka-influence ka pala talaga. 'Di ba? So we really have to be careful with the things that we post online or what we share. You have to, I agree with Miss Cheryl, you really have to be authentic and genuine. Kasi 'di ba minsan parang you will be asked to promote something but you feel like hindi ako to, parang hindi naman ako user nito, parang paano ko siya ipopromote? Parang for the sake lang na makakuha ako ng, alam mo yon, ng talent fee or magkaroon ako ng another social media presence. Parang for me, that time nung may nag-offer na, I had to decline kasi parang, but politely naman, I told the brand or the client na, I'm not a user of this product. Maybe you can tap someone or other content creators who actually use the product. So yun, we have to maximize the use of our platforms, diba? Whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or even Twitter, ganon. So that's how we support our kababayans or mga small businesses.
Thank you so much, Sir Donjo. No? Tumatak po sa isip ko yung paggamit ng pag-maximize ang tools na meron tayo on our social media. Yung natawa ko yung dun sa nag-aim po kayo na talagang magkaroon ng 10K followers and up para dun sa swipe up feature ng Instagram. I also hi daw kay Paula Rica. Sabi ni Paula Rica kasi go Donjo. Grabe, daming sumusuporta sa iyo tonight, Sir Donjo. So ayun, I also like what you mentioned na content creation is also a responsibility, no? Yun, that's also what I love about what you said earlier, among the other great things that you said. Now let's move on to Miss Wian. Miss Wian, the same question. Are there ways we can use our content creation to help love local?
Ayun. Actually, ang ganda na ng sagot ni Cheryl and ni Donjo. It's so hard to top that off. Pero I totally agree with the both of them. As in, authenticity is one very important thing. Actually, mas nag-sink in siya sa akin recently kasi I had this friend who asked me to promote one of her products. Tapos, para I asked her, oh, may specific things ka ba na gustong ma-mention? Kasi, syempre, baka may unique selling proposition ka, ganyan. Kasi I've worked with other brands din, tas very specific na, okay, kailangan may ganito, ito, mention mo to, ganyan. So, I've also thought na, okay, baka may ganun din. And then sabi niya lang, no, ikaw bahala. Just be authentic. Tapos, kasi, totoo yun eh. Doon lumalabas na yung responsibility mo as a content creator or influencer, if you call yourself that, 'di ba? Talagang if people see na alam mo yun pilit, hindi sila maniniwala eh. So minsan nga pag nagpapakakalog ako, mas mas realistic pa eh kaysa yung mga very prim and proper ganyan. Although gets ko naman na we still try to set a tone sa posts natin, but then there's still a way to be authentic. Kunwari sabihin ng local entrepreneur na to na, okay, you post, sana ma-feature yung ganito, ganyan. Pero if, kunwari, hindi mo mailabas yung authenticity sa post, pwede mo ilagay sa caption, di ba? Or, kunwari, ito lang yung gusto nila. If okay lang sa kanila, may carousel para mas lumabas yung authenticity mo as a creator, better, di ba? So, yun yung nakikita kong ways to utilize sa platform. Kasi you have to marry both eh. Parang gets ko na some brands would want to highlight certain features or certain services, ganyan. But then if you feel that hindi siya very true to yourself, syempre you have to marry them both. So, yun lang. Like, just ask kung may friend ka nagpapapromote, pwede ba gawin ko to? So, actually, dyan din lalabas yung creativity mo as a content creator, di ba? Na parang, hindi swak to eh. Pero, sige, tingnan natin. Or, yun nga, like what Donjo said, politely decline. I also had to do that kasi yun nga, hindi talaga user din. So, may mga ganong moments. And aside from that, yun nga, pwede ka din talaga mag-share. Like I said earlier, di ba? I really try to promote my friends' businesses or mga startup nila. So, that's one way yung sa stories, very good platform din to utilize. Kasi alam mo yun, kahit bigla mo lang ginamit ngayon. Kunwari, I have this friend who has a spray for yoga mats. So parang minsan after ko mag-workout, sige, i-post ko kaya to ngayon. Like, isi-spray ko lang yung mat ko kasi I really use it. So parang yung mga ganong moments during your day, pwede mo siyang gamitin. And it's, yun nga, very authentic, very natural, di ba? Kasi it's just part of your day. Hindi siya yung pilit talaga na, okay, nag-set up ka, ganyan, tapos post ka sa story. So, that's one way for you to really love local. Like, aside from posting yung mga nire-request ng mga businesses, just really post as you go, but then really try to marry yung responsibility mo as an influencer or a content creator. So, yun yung challenge din sa atin, to find that balance, di ba? Na support natin sila at the same time, authentic pa rin and true to ourselves tayo.
Thank you so much, Miss Rian. I like what you mentioned, yung sa pang-spray ng mat na from your friend, no, na galing. So parang, oo nga, no, parang in those simple ways na we can already support our friends by simply liking or sharing or posting about their products and services online. That's how we can elevate our influence and also support small businesses and entrepreneurs alike. So I'd also like to ask our Blogger fam, if you guys are still with us, how do you support or how do you hashtag love local? Ayun. Can you guys like comment down below on how do you guys love local? So now I think all the questions have been asked. Now I'd love to know, where can our Blogger fam follow you and see more of you guys? So let's start again with Miss Cheryl. Saan namin kayo makikita? Saan namin kayo pwedeng mahagilap, Miss Cheryl?
Well, ako naman, it's just Cheryl Eco all throughout. Like it's just the name that I use, for both for all of my platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, podcast as an anchor. That's where I do my podcast. Even in YouTube, no, it's just Cheryl Eco. I would always tell my my friends, Google me, I dare you. Kasi all over the place, ganyan. My handle though for my blog is I am storyteller. Um, it's also just pretty much out there. Ganyan, if you follow Sheryl Eco, andun na rin siya. And yun, that is where you could find me and my most of my sarcasm, ganyan, my honest opinions about stuff. Pero I must say, no, I agree with Donjo when he said na it's about responsibility, and with Miss Wian when she said that it's about having the right mix of authenticity and responsibility. Most of the time we focus on expression lang kasi but when you put in mind kasi yung responsibility, just like what Donjo said, ganon, it everything just falls into place. I was very uncomfortable, alam mo, using my name as a brand when I was starting. Parang bago ako mag-put up ng page or ng group, I would always like, nakakaya naman kung pangalan ko yung gagamitin ko. But now, sana pala noon palang pangalan ko na yung ginamit ko. Yun pala talaga yung totoong authenticity, if you're really willing to put your name on the things that you create, then it means that you're being responsible na kasi pangalan mo na yung at stake, 'di ba, yung ganon. So yeah, if you really want to follow me, just type in Cheryl Eco, I dare you. Pero guys, eto, sabi ko nga, there is always, when Miss Wian said na having the right balance, I'm pretty much out there. People know what I do, like every day, nasan ka na naman, saan ka na naman galing, gusto ko yung pinuntahan mo, ganyan. But no one really knows a thing about my personal life. Only my close friends. So I take pride in that. That I was able to keep my family, my children, my personal affairs private, kahit ganun ako ka-public. And I think that is what the right mix is. Like what Miss Wian was saying. You just put your advocacies out there, but not really your life. Yung ganon. And for me, yun yata yung magic ng influencing. Is when you could already do that. Yung nga sinasabi ko, wala kaya akong basher. Kasi nga, they don't know so many things. They bash my content, but not the person. And I think, yeah, it's all about the message and not the messenger naman. Tama si Donjo. It's not about you, it's about the brands you serve. Ganyan. So yun, Cheryl Eco, yan. Hindi po ako tatakbo.
Thank you so much, Miss Cheryl. So we have a blog of him here who commented. I think it's Sir Leon. Leon Ayer, sabi niya, all viewers, please support our small business, Chaang Barako. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you. So, okay, so i-follow natin yan later on. Ayun, no. Nag-include pa siya ng link, support our small business, Chaang Barako. Again, thank you so much, Miss Cheryl, for sharing your insights also and for sharing with us the recipe, the right mix and balance for being a content creator and influencer. Now, let's move on to Sir Donjo. Where can our Blog fam follow you and see more of you?
Yeah, thank you, Andrea. So before I promote, I would like to thank Vlogapalooza, sina Miss Danny. Thank you for inviting me again. Kasi every time na na-invite ako dito, laging favorite, parang alam mo yung close sa puso ko yung topic. And ayan, si Nico. Hello, Nico. Siya yung na-mention ko po kanina na isa sa mga nagbigay daan para maging content creator ako. And ayun, this is really close to my heart, yung Love Local, because I feel like sa filmmaking industry, nakakalungkot but very few Filipinos would patronize Filipino films. And that's what we are fighting for. That's why we are here. We try to create quality films para para alam mo yun, mabuhay talaga yung pelikulang Pilipino. Just like Fangirl, di ba? It has it has reached the international market, and marami na rin siyang viewers, and soon mapupunta na rin siya, mapapanood niyo na rin siya sa Netflix. That is just one of the many quality films that you can watch. So I hope you guys get to patronize or watch Filipino films, and not only Filipino films, but locally produced services or items, whether it's OPM or whether it's a product or a service. Let me just share, mabilis lang. Before kasi sa company namin, we had this master class, and one of my colleagues talked about Korean wave. So before pala sa Korea, nung mga late 80s or early 90s, di ba, yung livelihood nila, sobrang hindi mo aakalain Korea, hindi mo aakalain South Korea. But what they did was they tried to invade other countries through their culture. And as we can see, lahat tayo nanood ng Itaewon Class. Not only that, but we are very much familiar with Blackpink or BTS, diba? So that's what they did. And it wouldn't be possible if the people from Korea or the Koreans did not patronize their own culture. Diba? So I hope we get to do the same thing dito sa Philippines. We Filipinos, we are very creative. We have so many things to show to the world, and I hope i-embrace natin kung ano yung kaya natin gawin, kung ano yung kaya natin ipagmalaki sa mundo. And last, I would like to leave a message sa mga consumers. Please study or know the definition of law of supply and demand para sa ekonomiya, 'di ba? Para sa Pilipinas, ganyan. And for established businesses naman, this is one thing that I have learned from my previous company, from my beloved company. Always be in the service of Filipino people. And for startup businesses, for small businesses, I want you to remember this. Maybe right now or at the moment, your business is still so-called small business, but put this in your mind and in your heart that your business will not be called a small business for the rest of your life. Okay? So we are rooting for you sa mga startup business owners, sa mga nagsisimula pa lang ng entrepreneurs. We are rooting for you. And this is diba, in this community, there's a lot of competition because this is still a business, but never step on someone's toes. And let's just support one another. And maraming salamat din po. I would like to give a shout out sa mga businesses. Yung Chaang Barakoy, nasa comment section. Ayan. Chaang Barakoy, they are based in Batangas province, Santo Tomas, Batangas. Ayan, so sa mga nasa Batangas, nandun po yung link sa comment box na Chaang Barakoy. Then I'm also wearing a necklace, Padayon necklace. It's from Rosalia, and the Great Crunch, also here in Laguna. Pasting products naman po. And sina Paula Rica, this one, Coloric Beauty. And sina Miss Nona Mariel din, Ready and Trendy Shop. So maraming salamat, Vlogafam.
Thank you so much, Sir Donjo. I like what you said, no? Probably manifestation mo din yun na napupunta ka sa mga invitational streams na kung saan malapit yung puso mo. Kasi totoo naman, true enough, na we really cannot walk the talk if also the topics or the brands that we serve for are not really close to our heart, or we don't really do feel a connection with, diba? So thank you so much, Sir Donjo. How about you, Miss Vian? Where can our
Okay.
Blog FM follow you and see more of you?
Ayan, so I'm on Instagram mostly. Di ako masyadong active ngayon sa YouTube or TikTok, but I'm there. I'm just not as active kasi the same way na syempre kailangan ko rin balansehin. Mahirap din palang balansehin lahat ng social media platforms. So ayan, most of the time I'm on Instagram. It's Vian Sanico. It's what you see here on my handle dito sa screen. So yan, dun yung ako makikita. I post most of my stuff there. And since we're in the topic of Love Local, and like I said, I love supporting my friends who have their own businesses. So shout out na lang din and pa-plug on behalf of them. Hindi naman nila ako sinabihan i-plug, pero these people kasi are really close to me. So si Namaslay, Si Ingrid kanina nag-hi siya dito. She actually owns Namaslay. It's her store ng mga Filipino-made products na ano siya, reselling environmentally friendly products na locally made. So yeah, and you can go to their page then, and then we also have si Home Spray Little Warrior. I really love their workout weapon. I always use the workout weapon kasi as in talaga, kung sweaty session ka sa gym or sa yoga, talagang ang sarap niyang spray kasi ang bango din after, like it stays there for how many minutes after. So, yun, sobrang effective din. And so far, my mats don't smell sweaty. So, yun. And then, si Bonita Manila Clothing. I love her clothes. So, if you like linen wear, a friend of mine also created that product. They've actually placed products already sa Australia din. So, they're growing. So, yun, just check them out. And then, I also like Bake It Good PH, so if you guys can check them out. So very fitness yung page ko, pero I love sweets at talagang sobrang sarap. What's good about them kasi 100% of their proceeds go to local communities na affected ng pandemic ngayon. So talagang love local embodiment din siya. So talagang ano siya, to support other people. And actually what I realized din kasi when you love local, hindi lang siya sa products din eh. Yun nga, like we said, services din. And yung last year, we started with our coach, yung Blockhouse Fitness. So if you guys want to get into fitness then and you need a coach, I really recommend our coach, si Coach Rex sa Blockhouse Fitness PH. You can check them out on Facebook and on Instagram. Sobrang effective. Like, I started last year sa 53 kilos, 48 kilos ako ngayon. Nagka-abs ako dahil kay Coach Rex. So hands down sa kanya. Ayan. And hindi restricted. I still eat cookies and I still drink. So, ano siya, there's balance. Yun talaga yung, at the end of the day, you want balance, di ba? So, yun. So, follow me, Wian Sinico, and all these other great local products and services that are out there. Love local.
Thank you so much, Miss Wian. Thank you so much, Miss Wian. No? So, aside from love local, health is wealth, guys. Grabe, sobrang fresh mo, Miss Wian. Grabe. Diba, fresh.
Oh my gosh,
Nakakaloka.
agad na nga to eh. 2 hours ako nag-drive pa uwi sa traffic. Nakakaloka.
So to our Blogger fam out there, I'd love to invite you guys to join us as Blogger turns 6. It's going to be a fun birthday celebration on June 19, 4 p.m. Again, Blogger turns 6 on June 19, 4 p.m. So I'm inviting all of you guys, our Blogger fam, and for those who'd love to join the Blogger fam, to join us on the Blogger celebration as, Blogger turns 6. So Blogapalooza has many activities and events lined up, so we hope our Blogger fam can stay tuned. Again, thank you so much to everyone who tuned in for tonight's Kwentuhan and Chikahan, especially to all our Blogger fam out there. I'd also like to thank our guests for tonight, Ms. Cheryl, Donjo, and Vian, and also to Ms. Danny who's handling everything backstage. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us with tonight's Kwentuhan and Chikahan with me and Regalban, only here on Advice Thursdays. Have a great week and stay safe.